Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. The Royal Rumble 2025 marked the end of an era as former WWE World Heavyweight Champion John Cena competed in his last 30-man battle royal. An emotional Triple H bid goodbye to one of the all-time greats from the Royal Rumble Premium Live event as he wouldn't compete at the Marquee show ever again. The Cenation leader entered the match at number 23 and lasted over 30 minutes, making it to the final two before being eliminated by Jey Uso. This was Cena's last ever Royal Rumble as he embarks on his farewell tour in WWE. The star is set to retire at the end of the year. During the Royal Rumble post-show press conference, Chief Content Officer Triple H called John Cena one of the greatest performers and shared his thoughts before the champ walked out to compete in the Royal Rumble match last night. The Hunter said that the former World Heavyweight Champion checked a box of his last Royal Rumble appearance in a wrestling capacity. John Cena may have failed to book his WWE WrestleMania 41 main event berth through a Royal Rumble win, but he isn't giving up yet. During the press conference, the 47-year-old legend declared that he would be participating in the men's WWE Elimination Chamber match, which takes place in Canada on March 1. With Jey Uso seemingly confirming he would go after Gunther's World Heavyweight Championship, it looks like John Cena will be eyeing Cody Rhodes' undisputed WWE Championship. The roar of the crowd still echoes throughout the arena, even though the lights have begun to fade, and the aftermath of the Royal Rumble has left its indelible mark on the WWE Universe. But in this quiet moment, one thing is undeniable. Triple H is standing in the ring, the weight of history heavy on his shoulders as he faces a moment that could define his legacy. A career that spanned more than 2 decades, full of victories, betrayals, championships, and unforgettable rivalries, is coming to a close. The Royal Rumble has delivered its usual chaos, but for one man, this particular evening would mark a turning point, one that even the King of Kings himself couldn't ignore. Tonight, Triple H bids farewell to a former WWE World Heavyweight Champion who was once his fiercest rival, a man who, despite everything, earned his respect. As the lights dim and the Titantron flickers with memories of their shared history, the crowd grows silent. A hush falls over the arena as Triple H, the cerebral assassin, the Game, steps forward into the spotlight. There is no promo, no scripted lines, just the weight of the moment. He doesn't need to say much. His presence alone commands attention. After all, his legacy is intertwined with this man's. Both their careers forever linked by battles in the ring, by the hunger for greatness, and the desire to stand tall above the rest. The arena had witnessed it all. The wars, the blood, the sweat, and the tears. Now tonight, that chapter is closing. With a slow breath, Triple H raises the microphone to his lips, his voice cutting through the silence. It's calm but carries the power of someone who has seen it all. He begins, his tone steady. But underneath, there's an undeniable emotion that can't be hidden. You know, a lot of people think they know what it means to fight for greatness. They think they know what it takes to wear the WWE World Heavyweight Championship with pride. But there's only a handful of people who really understand the blood, the sacrifice, and the journey that comes with it. Triple H pauses, the words sinking in as the crowd starts to reflect on the story he's telling. They think of the battles this man fought, the sweat he poured, the years spent chasing that elusive title. The journey wasn't just his alone, it was theirs too. The fans in the audience, who lived through every heartbreak and every triumph with him, now watch as a chapter ends. And tonight, I want to talk about a man who was not just a former champion, but a man who made me realize what it truly meant to be great. You see, we didn't always get along. Hell, we didn't even like each other at times. But deep down, we both knew something. We were the best this company had to offer. We both knew that there was only one way to prove that. And that was in the ring. I've faced a lot of men over the years, but few made me dig as deep as he did. The crowd starts to murmur in realization, piecing together the clues. They know who he's talking about, the former WWE World Heavyweight Champion, who shared some of the most brutal and memorable battles with Triple H throughout their careers. Triple H slowly turns his head toward the entrance ramp, the crowd now buzzing with anticipation. There's no need for the dramatic pause. The camera zooms in as a figure steps out from the backstage area, his silhouette instantly recognizable. A former adversary, a man whose name has been etched into the annals of WWE history, the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels. No, it's not Shawn Michaels who is standing there. It's someone else, someone we thought might never make a comeback. The rival, the former champion, Randy Orton. Randy walks down the ramp slowly, eyes fixed on Triple H, their gaze locking. The two men have been through it all, together and against one another, both in their younger years as members of Evolution and later as bitter foes. The history they share is rich and deep, a complicated dance of loyalty, betrayal, and competition. As Orton enters the ring, Triple H steps forward, extending a hand. The tension between them is palpable, but this time, it's not for a championship. This time, there is no animosity, no undercurrent of rivalry. The two men simply stand face to face, sharing a moment that transcends their past battles. "Randy," Triple H says, his voice now softer, almost reverential. "You've been a part of this company since you were just a kid. You've done it all. And when I think of all the men who've walked through that curtain, there's one thing I know for sure. You earned everything you have. You didn't get anything handed to you." The crowd erupts into applause, acknowledging the truth in Triple H's words. Orton, who had spent years fighting for dominance in the ring, now stands in the moment of his life, hearing from the man who had been both his ally and his adversary. "You were once the youngest WWE World Heavyweight Champion. You were the future of this business, and hell, for a while, you were its present. And I always respected that. You pushed me to my limits. You made me a better man, a better performer, and a better champion." Triple H extends his hand further, and for a brief moment, Orton hesitates. The crowd watches with bated breath. And then, in a move that feels both poetic and inevitable, Orton accepts the handshake, solidifying the mutual respect that has been forged over years of blood and sweat. Triple H takes a step back, the microphone still in his hand. "Tonight, I'm not here to say goodbye to just the WWE World Heavyweight Championship," he continues, his voice firm but filled with a sense of closure. "Tonight, I'm here to say goodbye to a man who, despite everything, made this company what it is today. Randy, you're one of the best to ever do it. And for that, we all owe you a debt." The crowd cheers, giving Orton a standing ovation. It's a moment of gratitude, of recognition, of acknowledgement that in the world of professional wrestling, the past must be honored, the sacrifices must be remembered, and the legends must be celebrated. Randy Orton stands tall in the ring, looking around at the crowd, a small smile creeping onto his face. He knows that this moment is more than just a goodbye to the past. It's a moment that represents the legacy of everything they've all built together. It's a passing of the torch, a moment where even the fierce competitors can set aside their differences and recognize the bigger picture. As the crowd continues to cheer, Orton steps forward, addressing the microphone that Triple H just handed to him. He doesn't need to say much. His respect for Triple H is evident in every word he speaks. "Thank you, Hunter," Orton says, his voice tinged with emotion. "I may not have always agreed with you, but there's one thing I've always known. You were the game, and I was lucky to share this ring with you. So, here's to everything we've done. To every match, every fight, and every moment. This ring may have its champions, but we both know who made this ring legendary." The two men share one last look, an understanding passing between them before Orton exits the ring. The crowd gives them both a thunderous ovation as they stand in the ring, both leaving their mark on WWE history, forever intertwined. As Triple H watches Randy Orton leave the ring, he whispers to himself, "Some legends never really go away."